Right now, this is where I sit at. No.
That's okay. I'll go.
All right. Oh, thank you. Y'all know
You shouldn't drink pop.
Yeah. They know. Thank you.
All right, we're going to begin with an opening statement from Coach Jack. Then we'll take questions for the student athletes. When we're done with questions for the student athletes, we'll take questions for Coach Jack.
They say what a difference a day makes, what a difference a half makes. That first half, I thought that it was mostly our coach's fault because we stayed too long in the zone. They played zone, and we went to a zone, and they made shots, and we got stubborn, and we really stayed too long, and that's on us. But we didn't punch. We didn't punch into that zone. We didn't try to make things happen. I think we didn't score a free throw in the first half or take a free throw. But we got into halftime, and we really had to come into heart conversation, change up the defense, and I tell you, these young ladies really played. So proud of their second effort.
Questions for the student athletes?
Georgia, Pitt, 19 turnovers in large part because of your 5 steals. Can you touch on the team's defensive mentality?
When we play as one and our defense is one, it's easy to get steals. So I feel like when I got those steals, we were playing together, moving around, and then I just was able to jump the lanes and get the steal.
For forwards, Kyra, Dariana, it seems like, when you're in the woman defense, there's kind of more opportunities for you, the forwards, to leak out and get fast break opportunities and layups. Obviously, the one that comes to mind is your block and Dariana passing it ahead and layup. I was curious your perspective if the woman defense has certain advantages in terms of you forwards being able to get out and break.
Well, that just comes from our energy and our talking. So, we both, Coach preaches high hands on the ball whenever either zone or man-to-man defense. So, we keep high hands on the ball, and we get lucky and get the steal or get the deflection, and then we get out in fast breaks.
Kyra, this felt like one of your best games of the season on defense and on offense. What was your mentality going into this one?
I come in with the same mentality, just having high energy. Sometimes we start a little slow, and it's hard to bring my team behind me, but I try to stay consistent and bring energy and give energy out to my teammates. So I just feed off of them, and then it turned out to how it was today.
Georgia, back-to-back 23-point games to start 2023. Kind of what have you found after the new year?
Oh, that's kind of funny. I like numbers. I don't know. Just coach today really just said come out and compete. So that was my mindset. Just compete, go after everything, and I don't know, just keep that same mindset, and it's just going to get good results.
Dariana, it seems like your communication on the defensive end is feels like you're talking a lot, and you're very aware of what's going on around you. So that's something you're always capable of, communicating like that defensive end, or that's something you kind of grew into during your career.
I talk a lot.
She does. I can second that.
I just say stuff. I be wrong sometimes, and they just be like, "What?" I be like, "Yeah, yeah." I just be talking. I don't know, and I just talking gets me out of my little funk. I'm not gonna say I've been the best, but my team been having my back. But so the thing that I can do for them is just talk. If I just keep talking, telling them, what I'm saying, I haven't been, rebounding the best, but if I keep talking to Kyra, telling her that she's open to get the rebound, or keep talking to other people, telling them to fly in, then they can get it. Everybody plays a part, and I feel like I'm just playing my role right now.
3.9 GPA is a good rule that you play too for us this semester. Pretty good.
Dariana, most times you see players after a game have water or chocolate milk, but I see you've got Sierra Mist.
I hope my mom's not watching this, but sometimes you just need a little bit of soda.
Yeah.
The little fizz in your mouth. Sometimes you just need that, Coach Jack, she doesn't really like us drinking soda, but we're on the cameras right now, so,
This is kind of a general question for everybody, but that 19-2 run to finish the first half, what was kind of the mood in the locker room, and for you guys to come back out and take that game in the second?
Okay. Coach got on us hard about our energy and how we came out and kind of finished that second half. We know that wasn't us, and that's not what we practice and not what we preach. And so we went out there and played our basketball instead of playing to their level or their basketball style of play. So.
2 more questions for student athletes. We'll go here and then
any of you, I know she's not in the room right now, but Keisha, just an explosive second half. Can you just talk about your teammates' incredible performance in the third and fourth quarter?
I be giving her pep talks. You know, like when she be just, I don't know. Deja like me. You know, she just, I don't know. If she owns, she owns. So, you know, you just gotta talk to her and get, you know. Sometimes the person that always got the most like energy on the offensive end, they need other people to pour into them too. She been pouring into us for a long time offensively. Like sometimes she was doing it by herself. Like she'd have like 27, and then we'd come out like 5, 6. So she been pouring into us a lot, and I feel like she just be needing sometimes people to pour into her. So I talk to her. Y'all probably see me on the court sometimes. Just go over there and just touch her a little bit or say something to her just to make her feel like, you know, people actually do care and it's not just, it's bigger than basketball, basically.
Any more questions for students? Yes, oh yeah.
Georgia, so you got the hard hat today. How does that make you feel about your performance today?
Oh, that's great. The hard hat's like, that's what you want to do, right? You just want to go out there, do all the little things that is like sometimes things that go unnoticed that is going to bring the team together. So, I mean, it feels good. It's cute too. So.
Gave you an opportunity to teach us a song too.
Oh yeah, I taught them a little song. Y'all might see it. I don't know if Jack will put it on social media or not, but it was kind of fun. We all had a little energy. But yeah.
This is good.
Oh, it's like yeah, you'll see it. It's
I'm not doing a little bit before.
Australian.
Yeah, something like that.
This is good though. This is real.
Oh, thanks.
So a stretch. Sometimes be your own players, you know.
Keep that water for y'all.
Appreciate you, ladies.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Jack. Yep.
Coach, 11th win this season. That's matching last year's entire win total. Not even a week into the new year. How does it feel to kind of hit that milestone already in January?
That's never the goal. You know, that's comparing yourself to someone else, and that's not what we do. We're here to learn lessons and tell our story our way. And in order to do that, you have to just keep the eye on the prize. The prize is these young people continue to get better every single day. They're in the foxhole. They're learning lessons from one half to the next, and the fight is so different than it was last year. And so it's never a comparison, good or bad. It's just our time, our story, our way, and we're coming.
So what conversation did you have with your starters going into halftime, just trying to encourage them to come out and finish this game strong?
You know, I gave them a scenario. My mom is struggling a little bit, and we had to change beds, and I had to have my husband go do the labor of getting a bed for my mom so she won't fall out of the bed. And as a daughter and a power of attorney of your mom, you want to be the one that makes certain it's perfect, and you can't do that because you have a job, right? And this is what I was doing. I was working with you guys. I said, I demand that you respect my mother enough to give your best effort. And I just said that, and I didn't know how they were going to respond. And it's an emotional plea for them to be the best version of themselves, but it's the truth. And young people need to hear the truth. And I gave them a tough truth and didn't know how they were going to respond. And they showed me not only do they care about me as their coach, but they care about the people that's important to me, which is my mother.
And do you think they weren't being their best versions of themselves in the first half?
No, they were sleepwalking. You saw that. It was like paint dry. It was boring as heck. The crowd was like, let's go. I'm like, I know. I couldn't say much to them because my feet were hurting. So it took my voice away a little bit. No, I'm teasing. But no, that's not who we are. They put a 2-3 zone out there. We didn't punch. And in the second half, we punched. We changed the defense and let them fly around defensively a little bit more. And the punch was very obvious. It was a major difference from first half to the second.
And then specifically with Fair, what did you have any specific conversations with her? What did you see switch in the second half?
She made shots. She's better than a jump shot. This young lady is a pro. And if your shot's not going to go in, they're going to chase you around. So fly around the floor. Be the decoy. Be the rebounder. I think she got 8 rebounds. Do something different because there's more to your game than you putting the ball in the hole. There's so much more. She's a leader. She's a great ball handler, and she can assist the ball. And so the challenge was to be a complete player, be a pro, and she clearly showed that she is.
You mentioned before about the continued sense of building that family that you guys have done all year?
Our family versus their team, and it was so evident in the second half. And so you can't do that often. You got to do it every now and again. I thought that was a poignant time to tell them this is bigger than the game, and I chose the game. Now you got to choose to play, and they rose up. And this team cares. We're going to do some fun things tomorrow as a team, and let them understand that we're not just putting the ball in the hole. We also are attaining a 3.27 GPA as a team, and it's the best GPA in 14 years here. No comparison to the past, but I see us going in the right direction.
So you, along with multiple of your players, have ties to the Buffalo area. Just wondering if your team as a whole took anything away from what happened in Cincinnati the other night.
That's horrible. Yeah, of course. I've 10 years of my life has been in Buffalo, and anything that happens to Buffalo, it affects my family and me. And to see that young man collapse like that, and he had on a Buffalo shirt, it just really traumatized my husband and me. We were home. We were like, what the heck? It's that. That's never been seen before. And I haven't had a chance to really talk with our players because you just really, with this mental health thing, you got to be careful how you bring information to them. Sometimes the best information to give them is none. And certainly know that they felt that situation. I saw the post of some of them on Instagram, so I know they care and I know they really, but I was open for any kind of conversation they want to have with me, but I certainly didn't bring anything to them because sometimes heavy is heavy and nothing you can do about it. And then you go to those feelings sometimes, it takes you to a bad place. So we prayed over everything, and we hopefully, I know he's doing great now, he's getting better every day, but yeah, Buffalo is a big part of our lives.
Coach, it seemed like your team played with a great pace today. One of the things that jumps off the stat sheet is 31 fast break points for you, your team compared to one for them. Just from your perspective, how important is it for your team to get out and run? And does there need to be necessarily a balance with also using up shot clock at times with half-court possessions, or is it like a priority for the team to get out and run and get buckets in transition?
Love the transition. I thought Cheyenne McEvans came in the second half and really ignited that opportunity defensively to get steals, turn people, and allowed us to get some steals that didn't even she didn't have anything to do with it, but because she turned the kick twice, we can just kind of scoop in there and get some steals. I thought that was important. We want to play fun. We want to play fast. We want to compete like that, but it comes to time when you got to be able to play in the half court, and we're going to have to continue to get better in that position because we got a gentleman that helps us with our stats, and it says that when we score fast, we're 58%. When we score between 20 to 11 seconds, we're about 35%. But when we score after that, the 10, 9, 8 period, we go back up to 42%. So we're trying to figure out, which way we're trying to play. We're still getting to know each other. I like the fast pace, but if you don't have it, we got to be able to play in the half court. So we'll get better there.
Last two questions for Coach from the back on the official mic.
Coach, it feels like on the road, Tisha Hyman just can't be stopped, putting up 25-plus points in different outings. But at home, she struggled a little bit. What does she need to work on in order to find her groove here in the Dome?
What she's been doing in the last couple of days in practice and what she revealed to us today, play free. Just play free, lead this team. I mean, I tell you what, just her being on the floor makes us better. You want to score 25 points and be the star player. Everybody does. But she's distributed the ball. She found Georgia open. She's found the hot hand person. She talked on defense. She pulled the team together. She's doing this point guard thing very, very good. And she wants to do it great. She didn't play the point for them for Syracuse last year. She had those other people. So this is like the assistant coach becoming a head coach. That 6 inches is a huge difference. That 2 guard spot, now you're like everybody looking at you with the ball because you're the point guard. It's really a challenge. So some days you're going to have some great scoring days, but most days you're going to have balance. If she can continue to have this team balance, I tell you, her days as a VPA is going to have to postpone itself because she's going to be in the WNBA.
Coach, what's been your favorite part about coaching this group of young ladies this season?
their personalities, their story, their camaraderie. The work we've done in the dark has been tremendous for those young people to not only do well on the basketball court, but show character, finding people going to different schools. I mean, thank you, T, for coming to our school out in some part of Syracuse. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know she's doing that. So they're such giving of their time, and they just good young people. And their academic strength, they really work hard. I had a kid get an A-, and she went back and talked to her professors. I know I did an A in that class. This kid sat next to me right here, 4.0 GPA. We really are taking care of what's important. And basketball is the least important of what we're trying to create, and they're getting it. You know, I'm still learning them. They're still learning me, and every day I see a resolve in us, and we're coming together. I think we're going to be a real dangerous team at the end of January. Thank you guys for all you do.